It's always hurry up and wait for your big break to come around.
Hi and welcome to another week. So this week has gone really well so far, surprisingly. Like I just messaged my friend and I was saying like, oh my goodness, I'm being an adult and doing all like the basic things you're supposed to do, which is very surprising to me for some reason. But yeah, so it's Wednesday today, and so far, and the same for the last 3 days, I have been getting up about 6:30 and getting to the gym for around 7ish, working out for about an hour, coming home, having like just like half an hour to myself, and then starting work and finishing with time to spare in the evening. I know that's like a lot of people's like everyday life, but that is just crazy to me. Like last night I finished work well, we had some disasters yesterday because the Wi-Fi stopped working in the whole of like Manchester, which is brilliant. So I had a few hours to carry over, but I was finished at 7 and I had like 3 hours in the evening, and I was like, I literally had no idea what to do with myself, so I just kept working. Which is probably an issue which I will work on. But yeah, I've been like, oh, it's just crazy. Like I feel so much better in myself just for kind of doing what you're supposed to do, I guess, in life. Yeah, I feel like that girl. A little bit. I know that's cringy, but I actually do. And part of me really wanted to just do one of those like that girl videos, like a day in the life, but like looking at all of it, I think I do most of it, except I've tried the whole journaling and everything. It is not for me. I could do it for a day or two and then I completely forget. In fact, I'll show you. So I have two different like things I do writing. I probably only pick them up like 3 times a week though. I don't know how people do it every single day. And this one's quite cool. No, let me get the boring one up first. This is just a food diary, like exercise tracker. So I've only been filling this in for like a week now because it's only been a week. And this is like a wellness tracker. I might have said this last week in the vlog, but one of my things for 2022 was that I should probably go to therapy, as I've been told by a number of people, some which came from a place of love and care, some not so much, which is interesting. But since going to the gym, I've literally been to this gym 3 times. It's been 3 days now. That was 4. 3 days in a row. But I do already feel a lot better. I loved the gym, although I don't particularly look like the kind of person that would. I switched to this gym after 4 years at a different gym, but I took like a bit of a break over Christmas because I go home and it's not quite paying for it. But this one is bougie. It is bougie and I love it. Like you feel so luxurious when you walk in, and this is so basic, but like they say good morning to you and then they say have a nice day when you leave. I don't know why, but it works really well for me. Anyway, this was going to be my therapy replacement because it's expensive and I don't want to talk to someone all the time like that. But this is kind of rubbish as well. The idea is, as you'll see by the effortless colouring in that I've done, you're supposed to like come up with your own code and like you colour in how well each day has been going. And as you'll see, there's a lot of green, but my attention to detail isn't great. This is what I mean. I absolutely do not have time to be sat there colouring neatly, and I'm someone who doesn't like going out of the line, so this is like, yeah, this is how you can tell it's not my thing. But yeah, this is like the new thing I'm really trying, and I was very tempted to also make one of those like my 6 a.m. morning routine videos. The thing is though, I never really, even though I actually do wake up at like 6:30, I never believe people that do that and on their videos. I'm like, there's no way you do this every day, but I actually do. It's awful. I don't know what's wrong with people. It's nice once you've got past the waking up bit and you've got like the whole morning to yourself, but the initial like getting up and they're all like perfectly refreshed, looking beautiful out of bed, I still look like I've just woken up, and it's been 4 hours since then. So this week is a lot of working, which is the issue with the weekly vlog kind of thing, which is why I'm trying it every 2 weeks, because not enough happens in my week. I don't know where people are pulling all this content from that do this kind of thing when they also work from home, and it's just like, how do you have time to do anything else other than work? But we'll see. I have a few plans. Sunday could be a fun day, and I might be doing something on Saturday. We'll see. Hello, sorry for the like odd angle, the darkness, all of it. Just about to jump into meeting, and I mean just about. But I'm also just about to fall asleep, so quick coffee. Excuse the noise, but I just want to put you on something. Oat milk, right? This kind of defeats the non-animal product purpose, and a splash of cream. I literally have 2 minutes, so I'm very stressed, but I am so tired today. I've not finished, like I've not drank enough water like as much as I normally would by this point, and I can fully feel it. I'm so sorry for the really loud noise. Quick sprinkle, and I gotta go, so I'll be back. I've been brought a gift to get me through the day.
It's me. I'm the gift.
I've been given a very interesting task this week. Basically looking into different fashion companies in Manchester who would make good potential clients, and it is so interesting. And I'm even considering on my day off on Saturday just going into Manchester and having a look like in person at what they have to offer, I suppose. I feel very lucky in this job. It's like everything I've always wanted in a job, and I feel like I don't like to talk, I've said this, I think I might even mention it again in the last video, but I don't like to talk about my age because I don't like to give people like the wrong idea, or people think, you know, my age is equivalent to like experience or lack of experience or whatever it may be. But I feel very lucky and for the position that I'm in right now in my life. I mean, this isn't supposed to be some sort of brag or anything. This is merely just me reflecting on my situation and having like genuine gratitude. But I love where I live. I have my own place. Obviously it's rented. I don't own a home, which I think is a big thing for people, younger people nowadays, to be owning homes a bit sooner, but that is expensive, so not there yet. I'm doing a job that I love, I truly love, that where I get, you know, treated well and respected and valued, which like should be like the bare minimum, but it's rare I think these days. I can still do the stuff that I love on the side, which is also still my job. Like I have the flexibility with time. I can still work whenever, wherever, which is a big thing to me, something I really wanted, which is odd because I don't really like leaving my house or travelling very much. Like, I think most people go for that kind of job because of the travelling element, but I only like going to Tarragona. If you know me, that's my one place and that's it. I'm not particularly stressed about money at the moment, which I know is always like a taboo subject, and I'm nowhere near rich, believe me, but I'm not stressed about it anymore, whereas I used to wake up thinking about it. Sorry for the noise. I used to wake up like stressing, like, oh, I'm gonna get more money in today, whereas I could just breathe for a minute, and I love that. I'm 21 and I think I forget that sometimes. A lot of people I know, and this is no disrespect to them because I don't blame them, they're still living at home, which free rent, so good idea. They're not rushing in to get into any jobs because we've just done education for the majority of our lives, so why would you not take a break while you can? I completely agree with that. But I tend to rush myself, and I think I've done a post about this before, but like a lot of people in like the online space, the metaverse, whatever, they share these ideas and like these lives that they've got, and they make you feel like you need to be somewhere where you don't need. You just be wherever you are. You're on your own path and take things at your own pace. Just because they've bought a house at the age of 20 doesn't mean you need to be buying a house. Do you know how expensive that deposit is? Yeah, a lot. So no rush with that. I mean, like, I could drive. I don't have a car though. I've got my license and everything like that, but I don't have a car. And sometimes I feel like, oh, I should really buy a car, like I should have one by now. But I work from home. I don't go anywhere. If I do leave the house, it's to go to like a coffee shop, cafe of some sort, which is directly outside my house. And the parking would cost me so much money here, which is just, there's just absolutely no point. I don't need a car, but everyone else kind of makes me feel like I'm falling behind for not having one. Yeah, I have my own place. I have a proper job, whatever you want to call it, like a grown-up job or whatever. Now I do sound like a child talking about my grown-up job, but I don't know. And I have a really good routine right now. I'm going to, like, this gym thing sounds so dumb, but like, to go to such a, it's not even that expensive. I keep talking about how expensive it is. It's about £45 a month, right? Which, when you split that up over how many times I'm going to go in, it's just over £2 per visit, which in reality is nothing for the top-notch facilities. They have so much there. But considering I was paying about £20 for the gym membership and then just extra on travel, like, it feels like a lot. But I love the gym, and I don't spend a lot of money on stuff that I don't go out drinking. God, I sound like Molly May in that very controversial podcast she did. I hope I'm not coming across like that. No offence, Molly. Not that she's going to be watching this, but you never know. We've all got the same 24 hour. I'm joking. I'm not going down. But I am loving the way I am using my 24 hours at the moment. It's not necessarily in a way that's going to make me a millionaire, but I don't think I want that anymore. I did used to want to kind of excel with that side of things, but now that I've got to a level where I'm comfortable, as in comfortable for a 21-year-old. Bear in mind, I'm not trying to take care of kids or even a dog or anything like that. Like, I'm comfortable for my age. So right now I'm happy with where I am, and I feel like I've rushed like growing up quite a bit. So now I've got this job that I love, and now that I am in a good position, I think I'm going to start putting, you know, my going to the gym and everything, and what that is essentially mental health, because I even though the physical benefits are like a great thing about it, it's the mental side of it that I love. And I've not been to the gym for about a month, which is very unlike me, but just because I was in between gyms and it didn't make sense to start any earlier. But these last 3 days I've had the best days ever from going and starting my morning like that, and I think, yeah, I just want to put that first, and I want to see friends and do things with my evening and like really enjoy like my youth, because I think I completely forgot to do that. I've talked about this before. I literally got this book for my birthday, I believe. Too Young to Be Old, How to Stay Young in Spirit. Again, 21. It actually does talk about gratitude. I don't know who I sound like today. You watch a lot of people like they do this kind of style of video, and they're all very like mindfulness and everything. It's not me, but I probably should be. It does suggest keeping a gratitude journal, but then also appreciating the kind of bad things that happen in life, which I think is important, especially after the few years that we've just had. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. That got a little bit heavy. I'm sorry about that.
Sipping on the champagne, dreaming on my birthday, buzzing when my phone rang. It was a mistake. And you're talking slow, but I don't even know what you're saying. And it overflows like a flood when it begins to sink. I was safe and sound in this room, living without your poison. It's all caving in when it all could have been so good. Summer breeze, take a nap under a tree. So good. The heat painting freckles on my cheeks. So good. Birds singing perfect.
Hi, I'm back. I did try to film some clips in there, but I usually have like a whole like cable machine thing to myself, but I was sharing one with someone today, which is fine, but I didn't want to like stop recording, so I got a couple of dodgy clips. But I actually had a really good session today, and I think probably my best one yet, definitely at this gym at least. Anyway, I've been trying to do a new thing when I get home, where I get in, I get out of the gym stuff and get dressed. Like, I know it sounds like obvious, like the natural next step, but as someone who like works from home, getting actually dressed like into real clothes, this is still very casual, but it's tough. I rarely do it. It's about to talk about like calories and weight loss and stuff, so if you don't want to hear this, please just skip forward. I won't be long. So I think I've talked about some stuff like this quite a bit, but I have had quite a journey with all of this stuff. This is the best think I've ever felt about it, and my only concern now, which I don't think I would have thought in the past, is that I am worried I'm not eating enough, because I'm doing a lot of strength stuff. In fact, I'm just doing a lot in general, and my calories are probably not as high as they should be. But honestly, even if I actually wanted to eat more, I don't think I'd let myself, which is some stuff I've got to work through with me, I know. But because it's just tough, to be honest, because I do daily weigh-ins, which people have different opinions. I used to do them sneakily when I used to do weekly weigh-ins, and that was kind of toxic because I was stressing myself out. But now with the daily weigh-ins, I've learned to understand that like your weight fluctuates. Like depending on so many different factors, depending on how much water you drank, depending on the certain types of food you ate. Like it's not all about that number on the scale, and I do measurements as well, which I think are very beneficial. But yeah, now I've kind of become used to that number and it doesn't mean as much to me. But I will say, stepping on that scale every morning and seeing the weight going down and down and down, like, why would I want to eat more? Like I don't know how I could change that in my head. And I've got this whole thing is like a, oh God, not to sound thingy, but like a lifestyle or whatever. It's something that I genuinely enjoy. But there is a closer goal in mind, or just a thing in the back of my head. I'm a bridesmaid at my cousin's wedding in about 35 days. So I'm keeping it, like, I'm not doing anything extra for that, but that is in mind. So if there was ever a time for me to up my calories, it isn't now. Maybe after February, and then I'm going to have some time because I want to go on holiday this year. Please, I've not been to Spain for a few years, and we used to go like every year, and I love it there, and I'm missing it. So I'm going to go and work on myself as much as I can so that I get to that holiday and I feel confident. This isn't just a I want to get skinny kind of negative mentality. I want to feel confident. It's more about how I feel. And the best thing about it is that I'm not the biggest I've ever been now, but I'm bigger than I was when I was my lowest weight, obviously. And I have more confidence now as I am today than I did when I was at my absolute lowest weight. Obviously, like, since being an adult, which is always crazy to me. And that thing of like looking in the mirror and not seeing what's actually there freaks me out. Like, that is crazy to me. How can you look in a reflective thing and then that image that you're seeing isn't actually what is there? Like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy, honestly. But yeah, long story short, I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I absolutely love this new gym. I can already kind of feel, this might be placebo, but I can kind of feel myself getting stronger already, despite this only being day 4 at this new gym. But I've been using this really cool app. Whenever people start a sentence like that, it sounds like it's sponsored. It's really not. It's called Daily Strength. It's free, I think. I think it's going to charge me eventually, but I might pay for it. So far this week, like 4 days in, I have lifted, lifted whatever, 4,032 kilograms worth of weight. Obviously not at once, not that I need to explain that to you. I am incredibly weak, but I am working on it. And just to put this into perspective, day one I lifted 225, and day 4 today I lifted 1,400. So I'm moving on up to the east side. If you've watched Tick Tick Boom, I think I talked about that in another video, but I'm obsessed. I've wasted my sit and relax for 20 minutes time talking to you, so bye. My new thing is I get in, I just lie there for like 20 minutes and don't do anything, and then I get up and I go to Costa and I start working for the day, just like an hour or something in there, and then come back up. So yeah, I've got a few minutes left to blind down, so I'm gonna go do that. This is either gonna make me sound normal or very self-obsessed, and it's not supposed to, but I've just been watching some of my old weekly vlogs just to see what life was like back then, and oh wow, I'm so glad I documented like life. I know that sounds so stupid, but it was all very much like the start of lockdown and everything, and just firstly just seeing how different things are with the world is crazy. And I look different. I look younger. Like, I think I've always looked young and will get ID'd for the rest of my life, but I look young. I don't know, it's so weird looking back. Like, I know it's only like a year or 2 ago, but it's just crazy. And like, I just feel like I sound so dramatic. I get like emotional over myself, but it's just so crazy how much I've changed and how much I've grown and how much like, I guess self-worth is a huge thing. There's one vlog where I was talking about how good of a week I'd had because I'd achieved so much and I was working such long hours, and when I think back to what I was earning for those long hours, it was bad in that sense. Like, it was very little, and I wouldn't recommend working for that. But at the same time, it kind of showed that it's nice how it really wasn't about the money, it was about what I was achieving and the genuine passion for what I was doing, which is lovely. And I know this is odd, about to mention weight again, but it's really cool seeing what I looked like back then and knowing that with the track, like if I stay on track with what I'm doing now, I'm gonna look like that again by my next mini goal, and that's exciting because I prefer that version of me, I think. And the vlogs were so much more interesting back then for some reason, even though I was stuck inside all day. So I would recommend going back watching those. I've only got like 10 maybe, but it's just enough to take you through some of the cool points of my life. The best moment of the one I've just watched was, and I remember it very vividly, I'd gotten a job with a fashion company, and I was over the moon. I'd always wanted to go into like the fashion industry. It ended up being absolutely terrible in the end, but younger Beth didn't know that at the time. She was very excited about it. But now I actually do seriously work for a fashion company. I'm the social media manager of a fashion brand, and a good one. And that is a little bit crazy to me, and it just shows how much life can seriously change. So my whole point of this, rather than me just talking about how great things are at the moment, if you feel like you're in a really low place, or equally if you feel like you're in a really good place, imagine where you could be a year from now, 2 years from now. Like, not to sound like Molly May, I really don't want to sound like her right now, but this whole world is yours to do whatever you want with. Now, we all have like different resources, and not everyone will be able to achieve the same thing, Molly. Yes, we may all have 24 hours in the day, but they are definitely not the same 24 hours. Anyway, getting sidetracked. But you could just do so much within your own life, within your own abilities. And I'm excited for us all to see where we're going to be in another year. You know that audio from TikTok that people, I'm pretty sure the lyrics are something about the Pope being a rock star or something, but we all say, "Go little rock star." I kind of feel like that watching this girl here, because she is me, but it's like she isn't. She's like a different person. I can't really explain it. I haven't got the words, but I kind of miss how happy I was and excited about like life and everything. Sorry, my glasses are so reflective. She's also really making me want to go and tidy my room and rearrange it, because I must have moved the furniture around in that room 20 different times. My goodness. I kind of like where it is in this video that I'm watching, so. I have this stain and I've washed this, but it won't come out. I'm not feeling really confident in this top anymore. I used to love it and I used to feel really powerful in it. It's just how I measure whether I like something or not. But I'm not loving it at the moment. So we're going to take my hair out because it was a nightmare, as I'm sure you can imagine, to get this over this. So I don't think this hair thing is going to work. I just have a bad feeling about it. Ugh. Yeah, it's horrible. Okay, it's okay. Oh my goodness. What a waste of time. I'm gonna spray it with hairspray. Maybe we can redeem it. That's truly horrible.